Hello, everyone. So, tonight we're going to talk about the ever-changing landscape of education. And as many of you know, we are a homeschooling family. However, many of you may not be, or are looking to transition into becoming homeschool families, or just looking for additional resources to help you thrive, have your children thrive in the traditional school system. Well, one of the things that I have uncovered recently, which is very disheartening, is the fact that there's this standard that exists within the traditional school system created by the policymakers, that if children during the pandemic have fallen behind with their ability to read, the standards for which they have for reading in the third grade, that they would be retaining the kids back. And this literally is going to impact millions of children across America. And because we aren't a part of, and never really were a part of, the traditional public school system, even when we went to school, we went to a private preparatory school, I didn't have any clue as to the fact that there are certain states that have these policies in place that literally state that if a child isn't reading at the grade level by the end of the term based on a test, okay, not based on anything other than a standardized test, that they needed to be retained for a year. The backlog that will create in our school systems across America is just astounding. And I'm hoping that they will come up with some level of a solution within the next few weeks or so. And I hope that your children are not being impacted by this. But one of the things that I do know is the reason why we've created the programming that we've created and are working on the back end day and night to create systems is so that we can support homeschooling families and those families out there that aren't ready for homeschooling or may never be homeschoolers but are looking for enrichment. Because for me, a child that is struggling is a child that needs more attention, not more testing. And placing them in an environment where they feel defeated and lose all sense of confidence is not a place of empowerment of a child. It actually leads to longer term mental issues with kids. And I'm not saying your kids are going to be like warped, whatever, but it does impact their self-esteem. It does impact their confidence. And what I know you know it if you're watching all of my videos, confidence is numero uno for me. Self-esteem is extremely important to the whole holistic health of every child. And when you have a child that doesn't feel good about themselves, it makes it a little bit more difficult for them to learn. And I know for me, I hold my child's self-esteem paramount. It is number one. His confidence is at the top of my list at all times, that he needs to feel good about himself. Okay? And so I share all this because you may be able to tell it in my voice. I'm a bit disheartened because I think that when you have children that have been in a home for the last year, not in a traditional environment, and expecting them to learn how to test via distance learning is problematic. I'm not even sure why we've gone to the test as opposed to looking at how our young people learn and how to adapt the modalities in which we teach to address the needs of the child and tailor it more so to the child. Because oftentimes when the kids are struggling with reading, sometimes it's the content. It doesn't interest them, doesn't bring them in. And maybe if we spent more time just trying to get the language built up in subject matter that interests the child, it may make it easier. And this is setting aside all learning disabilities. We're not talking about that, right? And so it's really, really important. I've got this education policy initiative, education policy innovation collaborative report here in front of me. And it's just concerning. It's concerning because we're going to see a lot of young people over the next few weeks, those who live outside of the where school ends in June, so it's going to end within the next week or so. And families are struggling. And our summit is coming out. We're launching this week. And we want to be there. We want to be a support system for families because this is concerning. And I want to be able to make a difference. We focus on STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. But you do need to know how to read to be able to engage with some of our subject matter. And we do help along the way so that our young people get to do the things they love doing, get to enjoy it, and also learn at the same time and apply it. It's not just about learning and mastering facts and rote memorization. It's about actual learning. And that's what I want to be able to do for the kids that are in our programs and those that come in contact with our programs in any way, shape, or form. Because we want to be able to make a difference in the lives of the children across the globe. It's important. And so if we're experiencing this here in the United States, I can't imagine what's going on in the rest of the world. And it's very disheartening, but we're going to make a difference. That's why I've come together and teamed up with some amazingly talented professionals and entrepreneurs across the globe to create the Novo Kiddo Summit, the Boundless Kiddo Summit, and to be able to help our young people reset, retool, and reboot over these next few months so that they can go into the new school year empowered, resilient, with grit and determination, and understanding what it truly means to thrive and be able to do so with confidence and whole, with their self-esteem clearly intact. That's the goal. That's my passion. This is what I live for. And with that, I say thank you. And I look forward to connecting with you again tomorrow and bring you more insights. Hopefully those will be more happy insights because this is concerning. I know obviously that so many children have been impacted by COVID-19. That's why that's what inspired my book. And that's what inspired all of the things that I've been doing over the last few months and pulling this all together. But it's disheartening to know that policy over the children and not even connecting and collaborating with parents to ensure that we're keeping our children leveling up and learning mastery as opposed to rote memorization of facts. Again, I'll see you tomorrow. Look forward to connecting again. Bye-bye now.